It's Tuesday, the 13th of March 2018, and welcome to Navigating Your Day. Safety energy lock number 13 in Jinshin Jitsu came into the universe meaning fertility. Love your enemies. My understanding of that is that you can only become fertile, give birth to something new, a creative idea, a business, a child, a concept of yourself even, if you are able to love your enemies, and your chief enemy is yourself. You generally, that critical voice in your head speaks to you like you don't speak to anyone else. And you do it on a daily basis. In fact, you do it a number of times within the same day. In fact, very often over and over. Most of us have got that critical voice on loop, and it's just the severity of the tone that actually changes. So we can connect to that energy of the 13 today, and in doing that, we can learn to open our hearts to ourselves. And when we open our hearts to ourselves, we open our hearts to everyone else. If we keep it closed to ourselves, we limit the degree to which we can open our hearts to other people. So Safety Energy Lock number 13 allows us to change our image of ourselves. And when we change our internal image of ourselves, very often the external changes. Safety Energy Lock number 13 is located here just underneath the third rib on either side of the sternum. And this is known in Jinshin Jitsu as the fountain of youth. So I don't know, I've missed the boat a little bit because too many gray hairs and wrinkles, but basically if your Safety Energy Lock number 13 is open, then you maintain that youthful vigor or youthful state of mind or that flexibility, all those things that we associate with youth, we actually have access to no matter how old we are. I was going to say something now about Safety Energy Lock number 13 and I've forgotten. Fountain of youth. No, it's gone. Okay, so you can hold Safety Energy Lock number 13 like this, or you can hold the middle finger, which is where we find Safety Energy Lock number 13, or you can hold the upper arm. So the middle of the upper arms like that. You can just sit with your arms crossed. You can't really see me on this video, but if you have your hands like this, you can just sit with your arms crossed, holding the upper arms, the middle of the upper arms, and that actually helps to open what we call high 19, and high 19 in turn opens Safety Energy Lock number 13. So when 13 is open, we open the heart chakra, we open the chest, we allow ourselves to become trusting, we allow ourselves to become hopeful, we allow ourselves to become resilient, we allow ourselves to become curious about the world, we allow ourselves to maintain flexible, all of those things that we associate with youth. Right, so we've got the 13, which is today. 13 is, of course, a 4, and 4 is an earth number, and 4 is about integrity. 4 is about staying in your truth. 4 is about being in your truth. So you cannot be completely truthful with others when you are not being truthful with yourself. So again, it's easy to love the parts of ourselves that we think are amazing. It's not so easy to love the parts that we judge as being less than amazing. In fact, those we try and hide in the dungeons of our being, and we hope that no one sees us. But your light can only shine to the degree that you integrate your darkness. And whatever you call in your darkness is just a judgment. It's a judgment based on an opinion of some sort of authority figure. So 4 helps us to stay in integrity. 4 helps us to see the big picture. 4 helps us to appreciate that each one of us is an intricate thread, an integral part of the tapestry of life, and that the world needs us. That's why we're here. So we've got the 4 keeping us in integrity. We've got the 3 from March, which is actually keeping us focused. It's activating our creative fire. It is helping us to strategize. It's helping us to set goals for ourselves. It's helping us to decide how best we want to show up in the world. And then, of course, we've got the 2 from 2018, and that 2 is enabling us to see that everything is balanced. In other words, just as much as those parts of yourself that you think are amazing, your leader and your inspirer and your positive and your resilient and your tough, they have just as many drawbacks to you as they have benefits. And to others, when you've been tough and resilient, how has it been a drawback to other people in your life? because it has been, because everything is always a balance of benefit and drawback. And so if there are drawbacks to your amazing qualities, then of course there must be benefits to what you judge as being your awful qualities. And so at the end of the day, whether you are integrating your ugly or your weak or your needy or your pathetic, whatever it is, that you can hear, those are mine, right? Whatever you are deeming as being the part of yourself that you don't love, they have just as many benefits as drawbacks to you and everyone else as your amazing qualities that you judge as being amazing have benefits and drawbacks to everyone else. And when you can see that, then you can appreciate that you are worth loving and that you are worth being here and that you are important and that you matter. And when you have that, then you have true wisdom, and in that lies freedom. So we have the potential for all of that today. The hero today, I didn't work it out before I started. Hold on. The hero is 4 and 3 and 7 and 2 is 9. So the hero today is the 9, right? So again, remember I said to you, safety energy lock number 13 is the fountain of youth. So the hero today is the 9, and the essence of the 9 is the child. So that 9 in the hero position helps us to access those qualities of ourselves that made us curious. It made us spontaneous. It made us joyful. It made us happy in the moment. It made us live purely in the present. We have the ability to connect to all of that today. So if you're having a terrible day and you're feeling really stuck, then try and focus on something that is going to bring a bit of fun into your life. Whether that is, I don't know, walking in your garden, whether it's playing in mud, whether it's coloring in a coloring in book. Do something childish, something that you judge as being childish, because that may actually make you feel a whole lot better. The villain today, I'm running out of time. The villain today is the 4, okay? So remember, when we have a 4 in the villain position, then we become blind to the truth. We become blind to the truth within ourselves. We become blind to those parts of ourselves that we do need to integrate. We become blind to the fact that maybe we do need help. We become blind to the fact that we're not as resilient as what we think we are. Our blind spots become active when we have the 4 in the villain or the lesson position. So focus on the fact that your blind spot's going to be alive and well today, but know that the 13, which is a 4, helps you to stay in integrity. So you can overcome your blind spot, or you can diminish the blind spot by holding safety energy lock number 13, by holding the middle finger, which harmonizes the liver and gallbladder organ function energy and harmonizes anger and frustration and resentment and guilt. And you can also hold the middle of the upper arms like this. So when doing this, you also help to open up safety energy lock number 13, and all of that will help you stay in integrity with yourself and help you integrate all parts of yourself more effectively. I hope you have an amazing Tuesday, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.